Hey everyone, it's John here from MCKAY, back with another video. This video is on Tarasenko and looking at potential Tarasenko destinations through a trade. 1 year left, and I think when you talk about a guy in around that $7 million range, it's tough to take on the cap hit, but if they can, for the other team, take it on Tarasenko, if they make it flexible, if they send a contract back, you can fit it in, especially if it's a year left. I don't know if the Blues would retain 50% or retain even 25%. I think the Blues are in contention for the playoffs again, and in contention to do really well. So, looking at some teams that can target Tarasenko, I've kind of talked about some teams before. Looking at the Boston Bruins, I think the Bruins, I think they want to keep Pastrnak. I think they want to keep all these guys long term, and they have some contracts they could send the other way to St. Louis, but make it valuable. We've talked about Jake DeBrusk, but DeBrusk did rescind his trade offer, so he might just end up staying. I wonder if the Bruins would also consider a Torrey Krug reunion. Honestly, I'm just kind of throwing that out there because Krug apparently could be on the trade block as well. I'm looking at Tarasenko with Boston, and I mean, that top four forwards would be ridiculous if you went there. Looking at the Carolina Hurricanes as well, they would have to send a contract or two back as well. I think Kotkaniemi could be a conversation there, but I also think that the Hurricanes look at Tarasenko and see the value, but they just acquired a scorer in Pacioretty. So I think the Carolina option is less likely now because they did just get Pacioretty, and I think they would maybe value getting a center more than winger at this point after the Patches addition. I think the Calgary Flames could be a hot take here. I'm not necessarily saying it'll be part of a big Kachuk blockbuster, but don't be shocked if the Flames and Blues are trade partners at some point coming up in some capacity. I'm not going to point directly towards that big potential deal, but one of the deals coming up could be a Calgary-St. Louis one. Edmonton also, I think Edmonton will always be around the Rumours. I wonder if the Oilers can package like Puljujarvi, Foegele, and a pick, maybe even a prospect, and try to get Tarasenko out of St. Louis. I think St. Louis could be a team that gets a lot out of Puljujarvi potentially. I would say the New York Islanders. I've talked a lot about the Islanders with Tarasenko. I think that definitely could be an option. I think they would have to send like a Viveiros or Josh Bailey back to St. Louis. But again, another option there. And then outside of that, I would say maybe the Devils. They missed out on Johnny Gaudreau, so maybe they're still looking for a scorer even after signing Andre Palat. So Devils are definitely in there as well. I wonder if they would even consider trading Palat in a big deal. But again, Tarasenko, 1 year left. I think there would have to be an extension there or some kind of agreement or some kind of a conditional pick. Maybe the Devils trade. I want to see what the Devils do with Miles Wood also. I think they want to keep him. But the Blues have options. I do think Tarasenko showed last year how valuable he is, how much of a scorer he still is, even strength on that power play with his big shot. So it will be interesting to see what kind of teams go after Tarasenko. I would also throw in the Pittsburgh Penguins. I kind of talked about them in the past. But again, it would have to come down to them trading Zucker or Pettersson or both. So if they're able to trade Zucker in this deal or another deal, then they would have the space to do a kind of Tarasenko trade. And then, I mean, oh my, the forward group for Pittsburgh would be just ridiculous. I can only imagine Tarasenko on the wing next to Malkin, Raquel in there, and then you have your top line of Rust, Crosby, Gensel. It'd be disgusting. I've talked about the Penguins targeting a few guys like JT Miller, like Tarasenko. I still think they could go for another forward in the top six if they're, as I said, able to clear some cap. So give me your thoughts, guys, in the comments, and then subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like. We'll see if Tarasenko Show gets traded. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next video stream. Peace.